Whisper I love her, tell her wait for me. Here it seems so cold now, how I miss her arms around me. Soar, night bird of love, make her wait for me. 'Cause you have wings, you know, I let you go almost every night. But loneliness got all the shine of even the bright moonlight. Night bird, fly on, fly on. Ooh, I sing night bird, sing her my song. Oh, before you leave, take this band of gold with you. And if you can find her, tell her I am true. 'Cause you have wings, you know, I let you go almost every night. But loneliness got all the shine of even the bright moonlight. Night bird, fly on, fly on. Ooh, I sing night bird, sing her my song. Night bird, fly on, fly on. Ooh, I sing night bird, fly on.
Oh man, I like this new format of how
I'm
we
telling you,
man,
man.
that's the
Yeah.
best.
Everybody, that was Johnny Valentine, who is our guest today. Johnny, thank you so much for coming on the show. That was amazing.
Thanks for having me.
I like some of those chord progressions that you threw in there. There were some different notes.
Yeah, well, I try to challenge myself.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, let me do our intro. Everybody, you're listening to the Hisessions Hawaii podcast, where we talk about everything local and beyond. I'm John Yamasato, your host, and joining me today, Devon Nekoba.
Hello.
Opposite. Kao Shimabukuro.
How's it?
And Johnny Valentine
Hello.
here. We're going to be here for the next hour talking story. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all at Hisessions. You can go to SoundCloud, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts to listen to the podcast. And of course, you can email us at hisessions@yahoo.com. Go to our patreon.com channel if you can donate and help out there. I'm running through this real quick because I want to get back to Johnny. But Kupukupu Landscaping, they filled their
The position.
Position?
Right on. Good.
So I don't need to. Kevin said I don't need to announce that they're looking for workers anymore. But call Kevin Yokomura 808-722-8685 for a free estimate for any landscaping needs, or you can go to kupukupulandscaping.com. And of course, lastly, you can go to Fort Ruger Market for food. You had Filipino food today.
Yeah.
Kyle was laughing at me because I didn't know how to say
Peanut bit.
Peanut bit.
Pinakbet.
Peanut bit.
I said,
He goes, is there the pinky bit? The lady was, excuse me?
Yeah, the poor Filipino lady at the thing was like, "Oh, this guy does not know what he's talking about."
The peeny?
No, pinky bit.
Pinky bit.
I said pick a bit.
Yeah, pick a bit.
I don't.
Sorry, he's not Filipino. It's okay.
I know. I'm sorry, but it looked delicious.
Yeah, it was good.
So Johnny is a singer, songwriter, arranger. He's been a part of the Hawaiian music scene for as long as I can remember, but always just known as this monster guitar player, singer. And I've never heard you sing like this close. Very good vocal control, and I mean, I can see why you've been filling in with Kalapana and playing with Henry and all that stuff, because very versatile singer too.
Thank you.
But yeah, you kind of were, when we were hanging out there, you said you kind of a workhorse. You like to just gig and gig and gig, right?
I love playing.
Did you start in the Waikiki scene back in the day?
What happened was I was going to college to be a teacher, but by the second year I became a full-time musician.
Oh.
And then I never stopped this ever since. So I've been going full-time, and I've been fortunate about that. I guess because I don't just play Hawaiian music. In Hawaii, you have to play everything. So like the agencies there's like three major agencies in Hawaii, and then I remember a couple years ago there was before pandemic, there was what is that? The golf lady pro golf came in. There was like 500 of them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they wanted French music for their dinner hour.
Oh my.
So the agency just called me, John, can you put some French music together? I said, like, for how long? I said, for an hour. I said, okay, so, oh, yeah, sure. And then I hung up the phone. I was like, what did I get myself into? And then I just Googled 10 most famous French tunes. And then I actually charted it out. I got a violinist, an accordionist, and me, and they loved it. So
yeah. So this is the thing, and I want to delve into your brain, because this is what amazes me about you, is you can kind of play anything, play it all well, but you say you don't have perfect pitch, or you're classically trained. You know how to read music at least, though, right?
Yeah.
So where did you learn? Did you go to?
I was already teaching myself from intermediate school. By the time I went to college, they asked me to tutor first year. So after school, the first year of college, I was tutoring classical guitar players. But yeah, I was always self-taught, because I remember when I was 16, I started taking lessons from a jazz guy, and we ended up jamming all the time. And I told the guy, I don't think I should be paying you, because I'm just jamming with you. You're not even teaching me anything. I know, sorry.
Where did you go to school?
Leeward.
Oh,
So
okay. But high school, where?
Farrington.
Farrington.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all my friends just came out of prison.
When you started playing professionally,
Yeah.
what was you? Who were you playing with at that time?
So when I was going to school, this guy, Patrick Miguel, he was backing up this singer, Mary Lake, who sang with Lemuria,
Oh, yeah.
with Kurt Thompson. And
Thompson, yeah.
so he called me. He said, "Hey, you interested in gigging?" Because he saw me in when I was 9th grade. There was a band. There were 11th graders in Farrington, and so they needed a guitar player. So I auditioned for the band, and I didn't get in, because as soon as I sang, all the girlfriends went, "Oh!" So they were like, "You know what? You don't.
We don't want that guy in the band.
You don't fit us." So I never got to join the band. So there's a lot of bands that I never got to join because I better than a singer or whatever. But it was funny. So during high school, he saw me play guitar, because that's all I did. I played I used to bring my guitar to school every day, and then I entered the talent contest, and I wrote a song for Farrington. I've been to Farrington High School, one of the rowdiest school, they say, but it's not really that way.
Oh, wow.
Then, but I got disqualified and I didn't care, because I wanted to do a guitar solo, and I put the guitar behind my neck. So everybody thought I won, but I went 1 minute over.
Oh, no.
So the magician won. But everybody thought I was the winner, because the place was going nuts. So he saw me from that. So then he called me, "You interested in gigging?" So after that, we were rehearsed for 2 months. He called the agency. Bobby Morris used to be here. Bobby Morris Agency.
Yeah.
And you know who auditioned us? Was Jerry Martini from Sly and the Family Stone.
Whoa.
I didn't know who he was. He was the sax player and songwriter for Sly and the Family Stone. I found out 2 years later that he was the guy. So anyway, as soon as he heard us play, we were doing songs like a Spain from Chick Corea.
Oh, man.
I mean, like, we were doing really like
Now,
intricate stuff.
what at that age? What made you go to those type of? Because I don't know. You're not that much older than me.
I am,
but
thank you. You're very nice.
To go to those, because I remember back in when I was growing up, I listened to a lot of reggae and stuff, and Jake comes with me with Carlos Santana stuff. I'm like, what the hell is this? But so he was doing that. But what made you? Was it just because your mind just is like, I need to find something more interesting than what's out there now?
Yeah. I started early. When I was 6 years old, my dad said I had songs memorized. I was walking around the house pretending I had a guitar, and I kept singing. And then he finally made me a plywood with nails it was the most dangerous, and rubber bands. And I would play that thing until it broke. And then finally, when I was like 11, I listened to a lot of stuff. I was listening to a lot of Beatles, a lot of, I got into Kalapana when I was 12. And then I remember all the songs was like, wow, this is nice chords that they were playing. Because to me, Mackie Free was a kind of a frustrated jazz musician. That's what I thought he was. Because he was doing stuff, but it was not normal. Like to write songs like True. True loves to hold. But, and you can tell he was trying to imitate Stevie Wonder with that song. So by the time I was 14, I was actually learning to read on my own because I've studied blues and practicing scales. And then I got into all the chord stuff. What makes the chord make the words come out? Like if you want to be longing, like if I sing Nightbird and change the words, fly on. See, it sounds longing, like then you're there. So the magic to me, what made me get into it, it was like, wow, there's really there's a knowledge that I was yearning to understand. How do you make the lyrics stand out with the melody and the chords behind it? That's what makes songs to me unreal.
Yeah.
Because
it's a lost art because nowadays it's just beat and lyrics.
Yeah,
right?
it's all about the groove.
Yeah, there's not a lot of melody in the songs anymore. But yeah, when I see people play like you, it's like, wow, yeah, these are guys that really just love music.
Yeah,
right?
That's why I can't wait to play it. Everywhere, I can't wait to play because I want to experiment. Like right now, I can experiment with like island style, right? Because that's the chords it's in C, but I'll do an A. So the first chord will be on the island, right?
Yeah,
we do it island style. So I'm making it from the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side.
It changes everything, huh?
Yeah.
On the island, we do it island style. If I wanted yearning, from the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side.
Yeah.
So when I'm at my gig, you'll never hear me play the song the same.
But the other thing you have is a talent to sound like other people too. So what do you enjoy most? Like sometimes you just want to imitate like a voice, or do you enjoy just fooling around with different chords and
yeah, I do.
and
I
stuff?
do. I actually imitate voices sometimes.
Yeah.
Like so what happened was in the first year of college, there was no voice classes available. So I sat in the back, and the teacher would go, "Excuse me, sir. Are you in this class?" I said, "Yeah." "Your name is not on the list." I said, "I know." I said, "Then you can't be here." I said, "Oh, okay. Can I just hang out outside?" I said, "No." I said, "You know what? Come and talk to me after So her name was Marilyn Kane, and she goes, "Why don't you apply for the scholarship?" I said, "Oh, how do I do that?" I said, "Well, you have to sing in the recital." So I think she wanted to embarrass me because she never heard me sing. And so she put me last for the recital. And all the recitals were like good opera singers. In fact, the people that got in was Misty Kalai. Now she's the lead singer of the Royal Hawaiian Band.
Yeah.
This guy, Lasinga, he's a professional singer, opera singer in Germany now. And so the last song I sang, I hired a keyboard player and a flute player, and we did Kenny Loggins. It was real hard. A lot of chords, the song. It was called Wait a Little While. And then after that, I had the biggest applause, right? And then she said, "I think you're going to get the scholarship." So she gave me a vocal scholarship.
Wow.
And then after that, she used me because the following year, I was performing at the UH, all these arias. Like every month, I would travel with her, and I was doing all the arias. So I actually studied voice intensely, and so and it's all about where you place your vocal cords to sound like a person. Like if you want to sound like Elvis, your vocal cords, which you move your tongue, the back of your tongue, if you move it down, you get that. See, you can actually move it. So if you put it down, you can get that. Are you lonesome tonight? Because I'm putting it down. But if you put it up like that, you can sound like Henry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, it's depending on what you want. What you want.
People are tripping out.
That's
This is one of those that you're gonna have to watch the YouTube. If you're listening to it right now, you'll be going, how many people do they have in the room?
What artists do you like impersonating and playing? Like, what's one of your favorites? Can you do a sample?
Probably Elvis, because he messed around with his tone. He would put it up, like a wah-wah pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want you. I need you.
Yeah.
So that's what he would do. So it's kind of neat to do that. But lately, I've been challenging myself with doing. I started singing "Time to Say Goodbye" by Andrea Bocelli. I don't know if you know that song, but it's intense. And the ending, you have to hold this note for like 30 seconds. So and that's a tone.
Hold on, I'm gonna look him up. I think that's the guy.
He's the blind singer.
Yeah, he's the one that sang the prayer.
Yeah.
With Celine Dion.
Yeah.
Did he do that one with Catherine Fee for the David Foster concert?
Yes.
Yeah. And they sang the prayer.
Yeah, that's right.
He's amazing.
He
sings,
amazing.
People just freak out.
Yeah. So I do that stuff at when I perform certain places like Kahala. I'm at the Kahala on Friday, and I do that kind of stuff, and people love it there.
So the training you got from that class is the thing that allows you to sing, like sort of all up and down the spectrum.
No,
you can do opera stuff, or
not really. I had to relearn after taking classical, because everything I sang was like this. Don't go changing to try to please me.
Yeah.
So I had to go back to like, okay,
Yeah, because operatic technique. Yeah, they're going for maximum efficiency.
Yeah.
Right, of air and tone.
Yeah.
But that is not what is appealing to the ear necessarily, right?
Yeah.
So like a lot of pop is a lot of breathy type of singing. So that's what I learned, at least in vocals. So it's like, you have opera singers that are technically perfect, but Marvin Gaye does not use perfect technique all the time. But I mean, you want to hear Marvin Gaye, right? That's the difference.
Yeah. I think Luther Vandross said it best. He said it's not about your ability to do all this acrobats. It's about tone. I mean, if you listen to James Taylor, you know it's him. He'll just sing one phrase, you know it's James Taylor. Right. Michael McDonald has a different song. He uses falsetto, but high. This is it. Make no mistakes the way you are.
You don't know me, but I'm your brother.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's actually putting the larynx down.
That's pretty good, man.
He's actually putting the larynx down, but singing falsetto.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's like this. I tried. I sang one time like that. Well, I was singing "What a Fool Believes," and the manager comes up to me and said, "You sound like Michael McDonald with hemorrhoids."
Well, your Henry is on.
Thank you.
Your Henry is on spot too.
Henry is on.
Sounds like him.
Wow.
Oh man, I want him to sample some local entertainer right now, just so to see what he sounds like, and then do one with your original.
Well,
voice,
when you go to see you at a show, like at one of these places or Waikiki or whatever, I mean, do you do that, or are you doing a lot of?
No matter what I do, it's my voice.
Yeah,
so it's not like.
But do you on purpose try to do some stuff?
Once in a while, I will, but a lot of times I just.
You just do it your way.
Yeah, I'm just doing my way.
Yeah.
That's entertaining to see,
But that is a talent to have to be able to do that, and then the Waikiki is the place to do it, because like I've played Waikiki.
You're never gonna see the people again.
Yeah, you're never gonna see the same people. But also, like, everybody has their own what they want. You're always getting requests. So the more requests you can do, the better.
I don't know too many entertainers that sound like if they're playing a cover, they sound like the cover. you know, other than somebody like you doing it, you know.
Yeah,
I try
sound like
not
John,
to do that. I mean, I'm not trying to emulate the original. Sometimes I just, if I'm bored, because I can easily get bored because I play every night.
Yeah.
So I have to challenge myself. Okay, let me try this way.
Yeah.
One time I sang. It was an older crowd, and I was singing. Somebody wanted to hear a Hawaiian wedding song, so I figured, I'll do Casimiro on this. You know, and Casimiro, it's similar to an opera song, but kind of more Kermit. Kind of like So you go kuipo, you know what I mean. So it's like, it's not all the way open.
Yeah.
I hope nobody's watching.
No, it's fine.
No, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So that sound. So
Yeah.
so the whole time I was saying that, my partner was looking at me like, "Why are you doing that?" And then, but I had the biggest applause after that. It was weird, you know. This is the moment I've waited for. You know, it's kind of like almost a little bit of the Kermit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it works, man. People
Yeah.
people like it. So, because you go into these gigs and they're like, "Can you play Tom Petty? Can you play Elton John? Can you play this?" Like, well, no, I play my stuff, whatever. But if you can do it, then that's why people keep requesting you back.
I'm always, when I'm driving until today, I'm still experimenting with my voice, see what kind of sounds I can get. So
and with the guitar.
Yeah,
It's just for you. It's like an endless canvas
totally,
that you just
it is.
paint
It's
on every.
totally endless. It's like you can never master it. And,
So basically, you just did it through hard work and
Yeah.
and playing it all the time. You
Playing
just
it all the
mastered the
time,
instrument.
yeah. That's why I never can understand people like musicians or singers, and they go, I can't do this anymore. I don't understand that because there's so much more to do.
John's looking around because that's kind of what he used to say.
I was looking for us giving John the stink eye.
I know.
John's like, whoa.
Speaking
I
of,
think I get into real estate.
Yeah. Well, I've always
No, but
said
you make
everybody,
more-
I'm
you
not a
make more
musician. You're a musician's musician. I'm not. I'm just some
Well-
dude who can kind of get by.
I was also curious, like, where, because earlier when we were just talking story and eating and hanging out, you were talking about your ability to sort of arrange. You can, I mean, if you don't have a music director for whatever show you're doing, you can always call Johnny and have him come in and do it. Because your understanding of how parts break up and how, who plays what, like, where does that come from? Because, I mean, obviously you can chart and do all that kind of stuff, but that takes time. And I mean, did you have to take a class, or is it just something that you hear where you hear all the different parts and you go, you got to play this, or you got to play that?
I think I relate voices to like instruments. Like everybody's voice here, somebody might sound like an oboe, or another person might sound like a trumpet. So I look at every voice like a different instrument. Like if we did a harmony right now, and I could actually tell that which guy should be on the high note. It doesn't mean because you sing high. It's just because your tone sounds high. You're not gonna put a tuba on the high note. You know what I mean? Just because they can sing and play high. You have to check out the voices and see what works. So that's how I look at it. Plus,
what does Devon's voice sound like to you?
You guys almost kind of talk in the same range.
Really?
You're all tenors.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't form a band then. We'll sound the same.
I think you have the lowest one. You have the lowest voice.
Me?
Yeah.
Really? I never knew that.
The lowest timbre, anyway. It's low tone.
Okay.
And then John's got the highest. So it's like baritone, then tenor, then alto.
Interesting.
Man in the middle.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the Kalapana thing.
Yeah.
So you grew up listening to them, and eventually you ended up playing with the band. How is that done?
Well, I can tell you the audition. The audition was funny, and then Gaylord was like, "It's not audition. It's not audition. Stop saying that." I said, "No, I just want to see that because I want to say I passed."
When was this actually, that audition when you joined the band?
10 years ago, maybe 10 or 9 or 10 years ago. But it was in Gaylord's studio. It was DJ, Gaylord, and Garen, and he had a shaker, and DJ had his
Garen.
guitar. And so DJ goes, and Gaylord was on this side. He said, so what songs do you know? I said, I know all of them.
Yeah.
And I said, we'll play something right now. I said, okay, I'll play Nightbird because that's my favorite. So I started playing Nightbird, right? And then DJ started playing too. But he plays like this. Right? So I started playing like this. You know?
Yeah.
So I was going, fly on through the night wind. Because he's going.
Yeah.
So the song ends. DJ goes, you gotta play the chords. I said, I was, but you started strumming. So I play sparsely because you're already playing it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want me to play it, are you gonna play the same thing? And he's looks at me like, well, I'll play less. I said, well, then we should
play less.
I don't hold back.
Yeah.
So he goes, okay, let's play another one. Okay, well, I can do the hurt. I said, yeah. Are you gonna strum? No, you gotta strum because you're the first chord. You're doing it. I said.
Yeah.
And he goes, so he wants to test me. What's the first chord? I said, well, since you're playing this, I should play this. Oh, okay. So both of
That's how it is on the album, right?
Yeah. One guy's playing, and the other one's playing, but lightly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I listen to it like crazy, like with a stereo. That's why when you hear these songs, there's always two guitars, and it's usually Mackie, and he's playing both parts.
I mean, Mackie was always known for his voice, but his guitar playing was
Oh, he was
pretty
fantastic.
much, yeah.
He was amazing. I mean, the songs like what is that song? There's one song he goes.
Is that Everything Is Love?
Yeah.
That was Mackie.
That was
Really?
Mackie.
Yeah.
I always thought that was DJ.
I've seen
I know but DJ had to learn it. When they played it
Oh,
live.
wow.
I've seen a Kalapana concert on YouTube. I think it was the show where DJ was in there and Mackie was playing
Oh, so-
Black Sand.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was playing it well.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, this guy can play guitar,
Yeah.
man.
So DJ was in Japan
Oh.
with another Kalapana.
Huh?
Another Kalapana?
Yeah. So
Bizarro Kalapana.
the Japan producers wanted to keep Kalapana there, but he ended up doing a solo project. But there is a Kalapana album with DJ and Alvin Fedgerang.
And that's it. Only
That's
those
it,
two.
yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, interesting.
In Japan.
Yeah, in Japan. There's some bunch of Japanese Kalapana albums.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
see
You
it
come
pop
up on
up on-
iTunes and you go, what
Yeah,
is
I see
that
it pop out
album?
on eBay, the album. I'm like, I've never heard that song before.
Yeah, even Mackie Fury's last album before he died, it was produced by Kirk Thompson, but was only released in Japan.
What album was that?
Man, there's got to be like a gold mine of those stuff out
Oh,
there.
it's so good.
Because back in the day, there was no internet. You couldn't get it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm hunting it all down. all
But
the
it's
old
on
stuff.
YouTube now. You can get it. It's called Now and Forever.
Okay.
Kirk Thompson, because Kirk actually asked me the permission because I recorded Mackie's original composition in I think '92 or something when I did Guitars of Hawaii Volume 2. So
Wow. So Kirk Thompson, I mean, he's kind of the
original.
yeah. I mean, he's original, but he's in a lot of ways he's sometimes the forgotten guy. People think that he just completely dropped out of music, but in hearing you talk about him,
Yeah.
he did actually kind of a lot of stuff.
He's an actor,
Yeah.
He just
yeah.
didn't do stuff within Kalapana,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he left the band, I think, after the third album. I'm not sure. But because he wanted to pursue the recording aspect. That's why he did the Lemuria.
Yeah.
And then he got into recording. So he has a recording studio, and that's all he does.
That's amazing.
But
So
Wow.
we talked a little earlier about there's a concert coming up at the Blue Note
Yeah.
next month, a Kalapana tribute concert.
yeah, November, I think 8th and 9th, or 7th
Yeah,
and
Put it in
8th.
my calendar because
Eighth and
Yeah.
ninth,
We
yeah.
gotta go get tickets for that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
November.
Yeah, it's really, really awesome.
But you were telling me there's some kind of special thing going on where you guys been rehearsing, and what is
Oh,
that about?
But before the pandemic, we did a tribute to Milani, and so Gaylord spent all these hundreds of hours getting his voice and just taking out all the tracks And I think he found the recording when we did live at Blue Note in Japan. So now we're backing him up, but you see him on the video. So when we went to Japan, oh man, people, I remember there's people in the audience, they couldn't watch it because they just kept crying.
I don't even know how you guys keep it together.
Yeah, I know. Well, the first, that tour was really hard on all of us because you could see us all tearing up on stage. So
yeah, I remember one of the first gigs you did was at Mililani Town Center. Actually.
Yeah, that's right.
And you turned that into it was right after.
That was last year, right?
No, it was
that
like
was
2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
But it was just after Milani passed away, and we weren't sure they were going to make it because they were going to be the entertainment for the New Year's Eve
Pineapple
thing.
drop.
Okay. Pineapple drop for New Year's Eve, and after he passed away, I went, "There's no way they do this thing."
Yeah.
And then I don't know.
Yeah.
Gaylord put it all together, was able to draw the vocals out, had everybody.
But was there a
come
video
out.
too?
No, there wasn't
we
a video.
couldn't,
I mean,
yeah.
but it was very quickly he pivoted everything very quickly, and they all had to kind of jump in and play their parts. But DJ was there, and he was there, and Kirk was there, and it was awesome. Like the audience that was there watching it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a fantastic night.
Yeah, there were some people in the audience crying. You know, me and Milani got really, really close. He actually came to my gigs and sat in.
Oh, wow.
And he came over my house, and I got him a guitar from Kolau, and then we did it's on YouTube. We did a performance together, a couple of songs, so he could get a free guitar. And I told him, you don't have to play. They're just gonna give you the guitar. I said, no, I want to play. I want to get. He's such a giving person.
Yeah.
I learned so much from him. I remember when we did the Waikiki Shell with Henry and friends. He made a point to meet the security guard, know their names, the people that's serving the food, know their names, and after the gig, he would say thank you to all of them, and he would help clean the dressing room.
Yeah.
Wow.
So every time we were in Japan, he would be the last guy cleaning up the dressing room.
Would you guys feel bad and help him clean up?
Actually,
I already know.
Yeah, we'll let it get him.
In this work group, that would not happen.
so he was an incredible human being. He was such a giver.
And performance-wise, too, his energy on stage with the rest of the band was
infectious.
unlike anybody else.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody goes, okay, Milani's going. He would just be out there having fun. He's dancing around.
Oh,
Is this a dance song?
He was the heart and soul. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at Willow's maybe a month before he passed.
Yeah, that's
you guys
right.
are playing a private gig in the
Yeah.
ballroom in the back, and I was just grabbing food in the front.
Yeah.
And I know Kalapana when I hear him, right? So I'm like grabbing my la and Kalapana. So I kind of walked out into the courtyard, and I was peeking in, and I was watching you guys perform while you guys were. It was a private function, so I wasn't invited.
Oh, so you crashed?
No, I was just watching it outside, by the fountain. I was watching.
He wanted to crash really
and then
bad.
I went to the bathroom, and you guys were on break, and Milani was leaning against the post and just cruising, taking a break. And I walked past him to go to the bathroom. I was like, that was Milani. And I went shishi, and I was coming back, and I was like, I wanted to just tell him thank you for all his music, you know. And then I thought I have it in a bottle room. He's taking a break. And till today, I regret not just thanking him for his music, you know, and stuff like that. And it always stuck with me. And then like a couple of years later, we were like, he tells me, Kyle, we're talking to DJ to come on the pod. And like DJ's like my ultimate guitar hero. So I'm like, oh my God, what? And then it wasn't like less than a week.
Wow.
We you know.
Yeah, I was texting back with him.
Yeah, I was shocked too. I mean, his girlfriend for forever gave me his favorite shirt. Oh. And you know, it was delivered to me by Garen. Said, "Hey, Robin, I want you to have this." I said, what? This is like his favorite shirt.
Was it black by any chance?
Yeah, black. No, but this one had black with dark blue guitar on it.
Dark blue. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was real nice.
I don't think I've ever seen him in anything but a black shirt.
I know, because I got a sponsor from Jams World. So I used to wear all the Jams World shirt, and then Milani goes, wow, nice shirt. I said, I can get the whole band a sponsor. You guys want it? I said, shoots. And then DJ's like, nah. And then everybody said, nah, we don't want it. So I got Milani a whole bunch of shirts.
Yeah.
And then, so one day I came in with just plain white shirt. And I like the DJs, look, Jams World. I said, they have black? I said, yeah. I told you. I said, can you give me a black shade? Too late.
It's fun.
But that guy could play too, man.
Oh my God, he was
DJ was
unreal.
crazy good, man.
It was so intense.
Amazing.
But the funny part, DJ, he always make these faces, yeah, like. And years later, we're finally real good friends. I can joke around with him, and I said, "Hey, DJ, this song? You playing that, right? How come you make an ugly face? You're making mad face." Because it's a nice chord. So I'm like this. And he's like this beside me. So the following concert, so he's looking at me. Because before the song starts, he's already getting his fingers there. Because you don't want to be like, right? Because once in a while, you're starting in the wrong chord. And so he's already doing this, right? Placing it, and then you can see his face, like positioning to make the face already, right? So I look at him like, I'm gonna make the same face to it, and so we both making the same. He sees me, and then he starts laughing.
Oh man,
It is a happy chord.
It is. It's a happy chord. But he said, because it looks more intense, like you into it. I'm like, yeah, but it's a happy chord. It doesn't make sense.
I can see that during Black Sand or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. Where you gotta get down.
Yeah.
You know what? Getting back to the playing on the hurt, right? You were talking about when you're listening to it, you'll hear two distinct guitars that are playing at the same time. So when you play it live and it's just you, do you do an amalgamation of those two, or do you pick something else to sort of
No, I'll
make
do
it more challenging?
I think I'll do what people expect. Because that's what you want to hear. Because you know already. As soon as I go,
right?
Yeah.
It's the hurt. So I'll play what people want to hear. Because people, like if you see the Eagles, they play the song exactly like the record.
Yeah.
So Kalapana is like that. They want you to feel like, this is how it was. Because I can't do all these chords because Gaylord looks at me like, can you not do that? Because the second time around with them, I was doing that. Like when there's a pause in the song.
Yeah.
I would put that. Yeah. Then after like
a walk down and stuff.
A couple of concerts later, DJ goes, I know what you're doing. I can hear it. So don't do that. I said, oh man.
That's the one thing though about Kalapana is like all my years watching them from the Waikiki show all the way to later on after the passing of those Mackie and everybody else, the consistency of the music always stayed the same. Mm-hmm. It is like the Eagles, even if the arrangements of band members come and go, the sound is always the same.
It's like Journey. If you see the Journey,
Arnell, it sounds
they're gonna
the
play
same.
Exactly the same. I got to play with Arnell.
Really?
Oh, yeah?
So when he's not with Journey, he forms a band to raise money for his foundation because he has a foundation. He's an incredible human.
What kind of music does he play on his own?
Oh my God, it was so hard. So I had to learn like 20. I remember, why are we learning 30 songs? This is crazy. So he sent me like 28 tunes, and it was AC/DC. And he can sing that stuff like nothing.
Hard rock.
Like Journey, you think is hard? That's nothing for him. He can do AC/DC. Freddie Mercury is his favorite entertainer. And so we had lunch. We were just sitting together like that, and then so I had to learn Bohemian Rhapsody. I had to learn all the guitar parts. And then he wanted me to do Van Halen stuff, and I said, I'm not a Van Halen guy. So can I bring in another guitar player? So I brought in Dan Takamone from Dan's Guitars. Yeah. He's the Van Halen of Hawaii.
Yeah. I did not know that. He really? I knew he could play.
Oh my God! You ever seen? He does Eruption, all that stuff.
Yeah. Wow, that makes sense actually.
Yeah. So we got him.
Love that guy.
Yeah, we had Garen on drums, Jeanette on the keyboards.
Wow.
Jeanette was the music director, but I made the band rehearse at my studio.
So it was all here locally where they were playing?
It was at the Blaisdell. And it wasn't sold out, but all the Filipinos in the island came out.
I don't remember
I never heard of that.
We would have went to
it wasn't advertised. It was only advertised on the Filipino Commerce. It was like
okay.
Yeah. So
but you gotta invite us guys too.
Yeah, we would have went to that show, man.
It was awesome. I mean, we did Police.
So when Arnell sings, I know he sounds like Steve Perry, but when he sings AC/DC, does he sound like AC/DC?
Yeah, he can do the, you know.
Really?
Yeah. See, that's the only voice I can't do. I sound like Edith Bunker.
That's a hard voice to replicate, man.
Yeah, but I mean, I've watched those YouTube videos of him singing with the Zoo when he sang with the Zoo, and you put him in front of whatever thing, and
he's
you say
a
chameleon.
chameleon.
Band, and he
got discovered singing.
He got
on
discovered
YouTube.
singing with the Zoo on YouTube by
From Neil Sean.
Neil Sean was lamenting that they didn't have a singer, and then he watched the video and went, "Who's this little Filipino guy?"
Yeah, and they brought him
so
in.
they brought him in, and the rest is history.
So I was jealous of him because I said, and I told him this. I told Arnell, and I said, you know, when you got the gig, I was so jealous because I can sing all that stuff. Because I sang all Journey stuff when Journey came out.
Yeah.
And then, but then when I saw your documentary, I don't know if you ever seen the documentary on Netflix.
Yeah.
I said, man, you deserve this so much.
Inspiring story, man.
Yeah.
It really is.
And then he can do whistle notes too. I don't know if you know.
No,
whistle note.
really?
Yeah.
What's whistle note?
That's like Mariah
When you
Carey.
can sing like, I can't do it.
But through your vocal cords.
Yeah, it's like it's actually placing the tongue that when the voice comes out, it sounds like a whistle.
Huh.
Can you imagine that guy could replace AC/DC right now? He could replace Van Halen and needs a new singer. He could replace.
I was just worried. I was worried he was going to blow
brings
out
a whole nation with him.
Yeah. I was just
He
worried he
does
was
that.
going to blow out his voice because I know
he did
early on, right? He was struggling and he was having a hard time because I remember one year when they came here, he was singing and there were certain songs he just wasn't going to do. There was like Mother, Father, and Lay It Down. Certain songs that are constantly, like consistently up here. He didn't do. Like
I don't
Dean
even know.
Castronovo sang them because it was just. But now he can actually.
Yeah.
He can do. I guess he got training or his.
I know he
stronger.
does a lot of vocal rest. He got all these remedies. I saw his stuff. He's got this humidifier. It's crazy what he does. But I told him that your voice is your commodity. Mm-hmm. So I told Bruno, you gotta talk to your record company about this. But this is why Steve Perry left. Remember when Steve Perry, Journey came here and they had 5 concerts in a row.
Yeah.
It was all sold out.
Yeah.
But the 5th concert, you could tell Steve Perry just like struggling.
That was the end of the tour too, so he could blow it out. Right?
Yeah, he could blow it out.
No, but you don't want to do that.
No, but I mean that's what he did probably.
Yeah. So that's why all his songs are super low. I mean, his new album, his voice is like
It's
voice
changed.
dropped.
It's changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if
Don't stop believing.
I don't know if he could actually come back and sing any Journey songs the way it was.
No, there's no way.
Cannot already.
But because he still smokes this way and he drinks.
Oh.
And so, because Arnell was telling me this, and I told Arnell, you gotta. I was telling Arnell, I talked to Bruno about if you're gonna do concerts, you gotta do 2 concerts in a row, a day off. 3 concerts, 2 days off. 2 concerts, because if they're gonna put you on tour and you sing it like 5 days, you're gonna lose your voice.
Yeah.
So he actually listened to me. So next time you see a Bruno Mars concert, check out his schedule. It's like that: 2 days off, 3 days, 2 days up. So I told her, now you gotta talk to Neil Sean, because I know he carries the whip and whips you, right? And he's like, yeah, that's why I lost my voice. He had laryngitis.
Yeah.
So he lost his voice and they had to cancel the tour and everything. Yeah. So I said, if you want to keep this up with Journey, you gotta talk to Neil Sean about that. And he's like, oh boy.
I mean, because Arnell's so nice, He's such a nice cat.
Is there really a shelf life though for that kind of voice that Steve Perry and Arnell has?
No.
Look at Tony Bennett.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I mean, if you train and
if you train properly, to me my voice is better now than I was when I was in my 20s. I can hit notes that I never could.
Yeah, I'm not a professional singer. I'm a shower singer. But I can hit higher notes now as I'm older than I was in high school.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so weird. I don't know why though.
Yeah.
I just can only do it for the one time and then I'm done. Yeah. But like him, Ben, I mean, all the male singers that I know have been singing for a long time. You guys are able to make those notes stick. And I mean, your voice is so
use it a lot.
It's crazy, man.
If you don't do it, you're not going to get better.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you stopped singing, didn't it feel weird to go back singing?
Yeah, it did. And it's just muscle memory, a lot of it too, because you get used to singing a song one way, And even if I go like half step down, I should be able to. It should be able to be easier, right?
Yeah.
But then I'm not used to, like, my muscles are like not. Even though it's supposed to be easier, I'd rather just sing it where I've been practicing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, even me, like, I can sing higher now than I did. But I just thought it was because I wasn't gigging every weekend anymore.
Yeah.
So now I can go higher because my voice is not as beat up.
Yeah.
Good. We'll have you sing
Did you
us some
beat up your
Journey later on.
Did you beat up your voice back in the day too?
Yeah, back in the Pure Heart days.
Because they were doing gigs
I know,
every
you did
day.
a lot
It was
And we would
crazy.
do like 5-hour gigs,
Yeah.
4-hour gigs.
And nobody else sang but you.
Yeah. So it was just like,
yeah, we're gonna have Jake doing a song.
yeah.
that wasn't
So I
gonna
would
be
just
happening.
sing until like I couldn't sing anymore, and then we just rest and then do another. We'd do multiple gigs a day. It was just ridiculous.
Did you develop nose and all that stuff?
No, I never did.
Did Jake ever try? Because I actually
Yeah,
asked him, I said, dude, you know, if
yeah.
you sang, your voice would be so nice. Because he's got a low voice.
Yeah,
you
he
know,
does have
it's-
a nice
So
low
your
voice.
voice together with you and him would be perfect.
You gotta train Jake and give him some
Yeah.
voice.
I did.
Yeah.
I asked him, hey, I'll teach you some lessons if you want, you know.
You know, it would be okay, but I think, when he plays the ukulele, he's actually playing vocal parts,
Yeah.
but on the ukulele
Yeah.
to back my voice up
Yeah.
when he's playing.
I
Like
see.
I don't know
Yeah.
if people know that, but he's
Yeah,
he
no,
strums plus he's playing these like accompanying melodies. So
Yeah.
I think it's interesting enough. I don't know.
John,
It-
it's an ego thing for John.
Of
he just wants
course.
to be the only singer. you can say the truth, John.
It would be
It's
so
fine,
funny
you
that
know.
if Jake starts singing and then he doesn't move.
I know.
He just stayed still.
That would be funny. All of a sudden, he just
He just stopped.
Jake, what are you doing? Stop him singing.
There's no way he could sing and move around like that. He would be
That's
out of
true.
breath
Yeah,
the
that
whole
is-
time.
that is true.
You have to slow down.
Yeah.
Put him in a straitjacket or something.
Oh, sorry. And for those of you who aren't aware, the reason why John is speaking about Bruno is Bruno is actually his nephew.
Yeah,
So-
I wasn't. Oh, you probably get asked about it
yeah.
all the time, so I wasn't going to
Every
bring it
day.
up. But
Yeah.
yeah, but that must be nice. I mean, and I know he's pulled a lot of music knowledge from you,
Yeah.
right? So to see him be so successful,
He
that
must
must
be
be
a-
a nice feather in your cap.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
proud
yeah.
uncle.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah. I mean, how much did you get to actually teach him before he?
Oh my God.
Well, I know that. So my buddy Justin was up there in LA with him before he was Bruno Mars.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I know about the.
When he was Peter.
But is Justin
Well,
the accountant?
No.
Oh.
This is another singer.
Justin Young.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But so he told me stories about back in the, it wasn't like he was like instant success. I mean
No.
the guy
He was
paid
in
his dues.
Yeah, he
you
was
know?
he was
The
in LA
Love
for
Notes
4
and all.
years before he even made it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So it was like going to college.
And even that is fast in 4
yeah,
years.
but
Yeah.
a lot of people don't realize he started when he was 2.
Yeah.
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 I mean, your whole family is musical.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, before even that, my sister was pregnant on stage, performing, and he's there like going nuts
Yeah.
in
Wow.
the belly, going like,
Dancing.
Yeah, for real.
Sunway
So
was
it-
saying that Bruno's mom was the best female singer she'd ever heard.
Wow.
She was that good.
She had a beautiful tone.
Yeah.
Her
Yeah.
tone really stuck out to me.
But though, I mean, your whole family is sort of musical, so you kind of didn't have.
Well, I started in music because my 3 older brothers had my oldest brother joined the Marines, but my 2 older brothers had a band when I was in middle school, and they would practice in the living room. So our living room in Kalihi was the drum set, the guitar, bass, and all set up already. So I
you're
would
like the
hop on.
Jacksons.
I would hop on every instrument. So drums was my first love. So I was on the drums when I was 10 years old.
Oh wow!
So I was playing drums, and then I remember, and I was playing with the microphone, and I remember breaking the what do you call that? The mic clip.
The clip,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
And my brothers, they all kind of like intense. So we didn't have glue, so I put rice and balanced.
What?
So the thing's balancing on top of the rice and just holding.
Cooked rice.
Yeah, cooked rice. Use it as
Oh my
glue.
God,
I was
that's
10 years old.
That's
So they came on, what the hell is this? But so anyway, that's how I started in the music. And when Bruno started, my sister was a singer in the show, the Love Note show. We were at the Sheraton for like 8 years. In fact, they sponsored us to go to Japan to open up the new Sheraton Grand Tokyo across
Oh,
Disneyland
wow.
when they first opened in
Yeah.
what was that, 88? And then so we were supposed to be a 3-week engagement, and they loved us so much they doubled our pay. They said, "Can you please stay another 3 weeks?"
Wow.
We ended up staying almost 3 months. So
my gosh.
So that so when we stayed, we brought my mom, my sister wasn't in the show yet, so we brought my sister.
How many are in your family?
So my sister, and then we brought all the kids. So Bruno, Tahiti, and Presley was there, and Eric. Eric is the drummer for Bruno.
Yeah.
Right,
But
yeah.
he was from the first wife. So that's why he has Chinese features. So anyway, so every day Bruno would watch the show like that. He's only 3 years
Wow.
old. He's like that on the stage, watch the show. And I did Elvis. I did Michael Jackson. And so in the daytime, my sister go, "Here, take care of him." So I would teach him all the Elvis moves.
So your sister was Bruno's mom.
Yeah.
That's how you're related, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So every day, so we ended up staying 2 months and a half in Japan. So anyway, I brought my girlfriend from Ohio, and the funny part was, I had to buy. Those days you had to buy tickets at the airport.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't do it online.
Yeah,
You had to go to the airport. So I bought a ticket before we went to Japan to my girlfriend. To come to Hawaii. So now she's in Hawaii. I bought her a ticket to Japan. So now she stayed 1 day in Hawaii and then flew to Japan.
Oh my goodness.
I know. So I told her, okay, by the way, if you want to eat and survive in Japan, you gotta be in the show. And she's like, I don't sing. You do now. So
Here's a tambourine.
Yeah.
So my sister taught her all the parts to be in the high notes, because we were the love notes, and then we high notes, and we featured, he's a rebel in all the songs. Will you still love me? And so she sang Johnny's Angel, Johnny Angel, and then I was Johnny. But they needed a third girl singer, so I dressed up in drag, and I was the third singer.
Wow.
But the best part about Japan is you get to work out every day, because we had free food, right? And the best part, Disney Tokyo just opened, so they gave us tickets every week.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it was the best vacation in my life. And then so I remember I used to work out every day, so I was buff then. So the 2 songs they would sing with me as a girl, and then the third song I would strip down and I only had a tank top and my pants on, and then I would flex because they was talking about he's a rebel. So I had so many girl fans that night. I mean, there was a line of girls, and in Japan there's mistresses. That's an accepted thing that they have there. So the guys would be with their mistress, and there would be a line of guys with their mistress to give me 10,000 yen to kiss them on the cheek. So by the end of the night, I had $700 almost every night to kiss women on the cheek. And all the rest of the band was like, hey, how come only John? Because he's flexing that
Yeah,
stuff.
that's right. You got to work out.
Or you could dress in drag too.
Yeah.
That's the
A
other
little
part of it.
both right there.
I know, right? Yeah.
So because of that, of the shows of what Bruno experienced, he was in love with doing that. So when we came back, we went back to the Sheraton, Esprit Lounge, and then, as a goof, we brought Bruno up, and he was right there. It was a hit.
That was it.
That was it.
That's when he did his little Elvis thing,
Yeah,
right?
and I was the big Elvis. He was the little Elvis.
Yeah.
But the moves you see him do on stage, that's the stuff that he learned from the Love Notes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's patently obvious. It's just he can dance like James Brown. He can
totally,
dance like Michael Jackson. He can do whatever you. It's very much so. Your influence is very much there on stage every time he performs. It's really cool because there's not a lot of performers who can do that. I think it's why it's why he gets so much attention whenever he's playing live, because they go, "Wow, guy's just an entertainer."
Well, man, when the Super Bowl, he just blew the.
I blew the doors off the thing.
Yeah, that was so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was 7 years old, I made a VHS. Remember VHS?
Yeah.
Of all Michael Jackson moves, just the clips of the dance moves.
Wow.
And then my sister, like a couple weeks later, said, "What the heck did you do here?" I said, "Why?" He'd get up 2:00 in the morning, sneak downstairs, and watch all the videos and just keep imitating. So by the time he was 8, he had all the moves down.
It's crazy.
And I remember I was teaching him moonwalk when he was like 6.5. He could
Wow.
finally do the moonwalk. He said, "Uncle, look, I can do the moonwalk." I said, "Okay, watch this now." Then I would do the circular moonwalk.
Oh, nice.
Did you,
Jeez.
in your wildest dreams, do you think he would be where he's at right now? Or
No, we
no?
had no idea. You can't predict that kind of stuff.
Sure.
You know.
But you could see the talent, though.
Yeah,
Right.
but you gotta remember now, it's not about how good you are; it's the people you know too. Because he had my niece was there, so my niece knows a lot of people there because she's gorgeous, and she was hanging out with Prince,
Yeah.
and she knew Dr. Dre, so Dr. Dre, he was turned on to Dr. Dre, and Dr. Dre fell in love with his talent, but he had no originals. And I remember during high school, I was showing him how to rip off originals, how easily you can get a song and make it your own by just turning it upside down. You know, like if I wanted to write like Mackie, just use the same chords and turn the melody upside down instead of going fly, fly all through the night wind. You can make a new song by just turning the melody upside down. So that's why. He hates when I tell people this. So don't tell people the secret. So every song he's got it's from another song.
Inspired by.
Yeah, it's like I'm a Billionaire. Remember that song?
Yeah.
I wanna be. It's Santeria.
From Sublime?
Yeah, it's the same chords
Oh,
but in a different key.
Kyle's like, ooh.
Wait, how does that work? I'm trying to figure it out now.
Yeah, so it's the same chords but in a different key.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then he changed the melody. So a lot of songs like
How interesting.
I can tell you all the stuff when he's gonna kill me.
Don't worry, not that many people.
But after a while, he
like
got
that.
sued though. Like Uptown
Yeah.
Funk, he got sued like
Yeah.
3
Yeah,
times.
Yeah.
it's true.
And I actually, Locked Out of Heaven, I thought he was going to get sued
Yeah.
by the police because that is so police-like
Well,
that I went, ooh. But
Yeah,
you know
there's
what?
certain
But
parts.
he takes it and he makes it his own. And that's one of the brilliances
Yeah.
of it, right?
so I think it was 2010. I said, "Hey, I want to see what a superstar lives like." I said, "Okay, come over." So I stayed over his place, and then we were driving in his new Cadillac, right? He just made it, right? And he goes, "You want to hear me on the radio?" I said, "No." then he goes, "There I am." And then he keeps flipping stations, right? And
He's
then
on every channel.
Dude,
No.
there was
Then he goes, they go, you want to hear me on another station? I said, "No." There I am again. And then, so he keeps playing. And then finally, the third day, I'm like, "I know what you're doing now. You're getting all these songs that are kind of like hits, and you're gonna put them all together and make one big hit." I said, "That's exactly what I do." So that's why you Locked Out of Heaven. Remember the song by Gautier?
Someone that I used to know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody I used to know. So anyway, there's a part in there that's on that song. There's another part from Police. I forgot which one. That's on that song.
Yeah.
And then the part that goes is from that Swamp band. What's that? I forgot the name of the band. But so that's what he does. So all his songs are like all this.
It's like a
Songs
mashup.
together.
There's a
So
formula
They,
that makes
they
it
weren't that big of a
unstoppable.
hit, but you heard it. So now when you hear his songs, like, wow, this song is good. Guess why?
I gotta work on that. My songwriting is terrible.
So the last concert he was here at the stadium, we had a party, right? And I told him, "Hey, I know you like the Earth, Wind, and Fire and all that stuff, but man, if you could recreate this sound." So I bought him the whole collection of Jackson 5. If you can recreate this lush sound, it's what's needed right now because everything is so in your face, the dubstep and it's like and the drop and all that stuff. If you can recreate this sound with the lush and melody, and said, man, that would be so good because you don't hear this anymore.
no,
Jackson
yeah.
5, I'll be there,
Yeah.
whatever. And then Silk Sonic came out.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like, so I texted him, "What the hell, man?"
he listens to Uncle.
Yeah,
Where's my royalty,
I was
man?
surprised. But then I remember him asking, "Okay, so what do I do after that then?" I said, "Then you got to strip it all down. Just do like Queen. like 4 guys or 3 guys.
Or do Commodores or something.
But he likes the
big sound.
the
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
sound with the horn
Yeah.
section. Plus, he has fun with the choreography because his whole thing now is he's bringing back. And this is what frustrated me before. People used to go, man, you must be so proud. He's taking up to another level. I said, he's not taking it. The level was like that before it went down.
Mm-hmm.
Remember
Remember
that?
back up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember Earth, Wind, and Fire,
Yeah.
that's the level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we got out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It became all this, I don't know, just less. It became.
Well, it's a lot of people doing loops of stuff,
Yeah.
and then making songs. Whereas when Bruno comes out, there's horns behind him.
Yeah.
There's an entire band that's playing. They're all dancing around on stage.
Yeah.
They're like the
But
Jackson
yeah,
Five,
it's
and
like
you go,
it's going to a party.
And it's a party, yeah.
yeah. And it's but it's nice because he obviously learned it from the love notes from you folks and incorporated it into what he does, and it's great because, like you said, he's taking your advice to heart, which is to take that style and make it fresh, so that people go, "Oh, I've never seen these before."
Yeah.
And his uncle's going, "Yeah, I know already."
But right now, there's nobody like him.
No.
Yeah,
You know?
not at all. But that's why we're all waiting for the next album to come out, because Silk Sonic came out and we went, okay.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna milk this for another 2 years.
He probably could.
Yeah.
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 Well,
Yeah,
he-
because they can do the.
I think he has one more album as far as for contract with Atlantic Records.
Wow.
At this point, he has so many hits. He could just do his hits for
Yeah.
the rest of his
Yeah.
life, and he would be fine.
Yeah,
So
fine.
there's nothing left to prove.
Yeah. We just got to wait till the new stadium gets built so he can come back.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any venue here that could hold him.
It's
then we-
actually a big loss for him to come to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've seen what he did with the last time he came. He actually left all the.
Yeah, that set benefited Hawaii though. Like
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
came.
It was
because of that
more
set.
expensive to bring it home.
Really?
It would be easier for him to just buy.
That's why we had Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, with
and
Guns N'
all that
Roses,
afterwards,
yeah.
Yeah.
Plus we had the Pearl
Usher
Jam.
came. They all used that
Uh,
same. They used the same set.
Eminem,
Yeah,
Eminem came.
No,
Snoop.
they just left it.
Was it
Eagles?
Snoop that came?
No, Snoop never come.
Oh.
No, not Eagles.
There was
Eagles
concerts
built-
after
Eagles-
concerts after that big
Yeah.
concert
Yeah.
because the stage was there, right? Our
Yeah.
sound system was
Yeah.
there.
So thank you, Bruno.
Yeah,
Thank you.
to do that again.
But I really hope at some point in time you get up and play with your nephew on stage. That'd be
He
kinda fun.
actually, I did the first time,
Yeah.
but he wasn't that. He only had.
That was the Blaisdell show, right?
No, well, that one we opened up for him.
Yeah.
And then, but before that, we did one at the, what was that place? The Fourth Level,
Mm.
and he only had "Nothing on You"
Mm.
as a hit, and but he was only just a background singer,
Yeah.
the lead part, and so so he called me up and he introduced me as his inspiration, and then so I played with him on "Count on Me," but he did ask me when I went to LA, "Do you think you want to tour with me?" He said, "You asking me if I want to tour with you?" And I'm like, so I went home and said, "You think I should tour with, And then everybody's like, "You should tour with him." Yeah, but see, I always, every time I take a gig, I look at myself in the future. What's going to happen after that?
Right.
So if I did tour with him for 6 months or a year, and then I wanted to get out, because I can't do that, because I have family.
Yeah.
And my kids were about to go to high school, graduate high school, and then I come back to Hawaii. I would miss my kids graduating high school. I would come back to Hawaii. I would start all over looking for gigs, and then people would see me. "Aren't you the guitar player for Bruno? What, he fired you?" There's so many negative that would have come out more than positive. I
Wow,
thought.
you think so much ahead? Because if it was me, I'd be like,
Shoots.
No,
6 months apart,
everybody.
there.
Oh, everybody, even Jimmy Borges, when he was alive, said, "Bruno asked you to tour with him." I said, "Yeah." "You should go." I said, "Get it out of your system." I said, "I've already done that kind of stuff. I mean, not on that level,
Yeah.
but I can't imagine." So I actually talked to all the roadies, his manager, the members of the band. What's it like? So you live on a bus.
It's grueling, right?
You guys
Yeah.
only see the front part,
Right.
the glamorous part, but you have no idea. They have to go back on the bus, go to a place that they can shower at, because their buses, they don't want to shower in the buses because of the certain buses just don't have that great stuff.
Yeah.
Bruno's bus does.
Well, wouldn't you be on Bruno's bus?
No, he said, you can be on my bus, but you gotta massage my feet every night.
Oh, man.
I said, I don't mind that. Okay. But no, so I was looking at in the future, and it's like, I'm gonna miss my kids, and I might end up fooling around, and I'm gonna get divorced. Oh my God, this is like the worst thing.
All the temptations, right?
Because I remember when Bruno, he said the first concert, he was like, they're all taking shots in the back. All right, tonight we're all gonna get lucky, right? And they come out, and it's all mothers and their daughters. There was nothing in between. But now it's like that though. His concert is like mothers all the way to the kids.
He's a massive
multi-generational.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, Johnny. Okay, we're gonna be wrapping up. We have one more question for you. This is a question we ask all of our guests. If you were stranded on a desert island and you could only take 3 albums with you to listen to for the rest of time, what would those 3 albums be?
Oh, jeez. Probably the Beatles' White Album.
White Album, yes.
Probably Chick Corea's one of his collections. I don't know which one, but they're all crazy. Just so I can learn more stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Gee, that's a hard one. What did you choose?
I had Kyle Crater Boys, Valley Style, Bob Marley, Uprising, and I don't remember what my third
I'm
one
glad
was.
he still remembers at least 2 of them.
I don't even remember.
Eyes are up there.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
can't remember the third one.
yeah. Probably Kalapana, something. I don't know.
Well, you could sing Kalapana.
Just give him a guitar. and
Something
he's gonna-
very intricate that I have to listen over and over and over and over
Yeah.
just to analyze. How did they come up with that? Because it's like a studying. It's like the Bible. You can just keep reading it and still don't understand it.
Well, okay, so that's your third?
Yeah, I guess so. The greatest hits of Kalapana.
All right, very good. Well, thank you for spending this time with us. This is an amazing interview, and for our listeners, no Patreon today. We have to run out and get our kids
You don't want to have him
from
play
school. But why don't you play us out? And that's how we're gonna go out
a
tonight.
song? Is that how we're going out tonight?
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have brought my own original stuff, but I don't have the words. I know. Oh, you say you're mine, and I believe you every single time. Even though they say you're not my kind, I just can't believe you'd be lying. All my friends are laughing, seeing you out with other men, I'm dying. Can't you see it in my eyes? I'm crying. I just can't believe you're not mine. Who would you hurt the man who loves you? Would you hurt the man today? Would you take the love you gave me away? Would you hurt the man who loves you? Would you hurt the man today? Would you take the love you gave me away? Oh, what have I done? All the time I guess it was just fun. I gave away the sweetest girl I knew. Oh, just for you. Oh, would you hurt the man who loves you? Would you hurt the man today? Would you take the love you gave me away? Would you hurt the man who loves you? Would you hurt the man today? Would you